2020 African Nations Championship and the 2021 African Cup of Nations. So congratulations for that. And of course, we hope the world is going to have the best of Cameroon through you.
Yes, it is our pride and it is an honor for us to be the light of Cameroon in terms of infrastructure, and we are glad that we are going to represent hotel to give what the hospitality is all about, and we are going to make it a legendary experience for those coming to Mountain Hotel.
Thanks very much, Madame Dinglo Grace, the director of that facility, and we extend our congratulations to your staff for the work well done in keeping this relationship between the mountain race and the Mountain Hotel, and of course for being always at the center of that event, knowing that it is at your place that the race, those who sat and thought about this race had their first meeting, and since then your structure has always been there. Thanks very much, madame, and God bless you.
Thank you very much.
Et Simon, vous n'avez pas terminé puisque c'est vous l'intervieweur des vainqueurs. Il y a Simplice Ndungé qui vous attend d'un moment à l'autre pour la suite des interviews. Lui qui était sous perfusion juste après son arrivée. Simon Lyonga qui va aller du côté de Simplice Ndungé. Il s'agit du deuxième de cette 25e édition, la course de l'espoir. Simplice Ndungé pour avoir son impression après cette endurance, après cette course suffisamment difficile pour lui. Après 4h38 minutes, c'est le temps qu'il a fait pour arriver ici au pied de la montagne, plus précisément au stade de Moli. Simon.
We will be having Simplice Ndungé in a short while. He is moving towards us. You remember, he even has still has a plaster on his hand, but he is up. The veteran Simplice Ndungé. Simplice, well done. Congratulations.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
After 2016, Simplice almost disappeared, and 2020, we see you coming back on spot number 2, sorry.
So I myself, I will give congratulations for myself because I always have a head problem. I don't know how I would do before treating myself, because I always have gastric and diarrhea. That's why I don't know how to climb up. I don't know how to descend because of my waist, because of chest pains. It always worry me since 2016.
So, en compagnie de la première dame de cette course, c'est bien la Camerounaise Tata Karine. Tata Karine qui fait la course en tête. Je voudrais vous rappeler que Tata Karine est une étoile montante de l'athlétisme au Cameroun. Elle a remporté l'ascension du Mont Cameroun en 2018. Elle a remporté l'édition 2019. Elle est en passe de reprendre sa couronne. Elle est en passe de reprendre la 3e couronne en tant que vainqueur de l'ascension du Mont Cameroun, Baldu.
We are presently around Bonduma. Here in Boya, and here comes the First Lady, who is going to win this edition
of physical exercise
of the Mount Cameroon West
you are always
Tata Karine, who hails from the northwest region of Cameroon. Another pride of that region. She was being able to win the Mount Cameroon Race of Hope in the female category 2 times. It is going to be the 3rd time that Tata Karine will be lifting the trophy as winner of this edition of the Mount Cameroon Race of Hope. She has equally participated in different competitions organized here in Cameroon. Apart from the Mount Cameroon Race of Hope, she has won the Semi-Marathon organized on the occasion of the anniversary of the Cameroon People's Democratic Movement. That was last year, 2019. Tata Karine has been able to impose her supremacy. She has been able to live up to expectations. Last year, she won this edition in the women's category, putting Yvonne Boya and her cousin Ngali Mizet to the back. And Tata Karine once more has decided to win this edition of the race. And let's get how the population is enjoying her arrival.
Le chant de Dieu a reconnu les siens. D'abord, God Love Gapsidium chez les messieurs. Voici Tata Karine en route pour son 3e sacre. Elle a promis également hier. Elle a fait la promesse de faire un bon résultat cet après-midi. Et cette promesse est en passe de se réaliser. Tata Karine, originaire de la région du Nord-Ouest, qui fait route vers le stade de Moliko, où l'attendent déjà des centaines de Camerounais, des centaines de nos compatriotes qui aiment bien l'athlétisme, qui soutiennent les acteurs, qui soutiennent les champions. Et j'imagine que l'ambiance est électrique à ce moment au Moliko Stadium de Boya que nous venons à peine de quitter, avec l'annonce de cette Camerounaise qui est en route. Il y a eu un petit moment d'inquiétude puisque Baldwin Sama, vous et moi avons reçu une information selon laquelle c'est une Kenyane qui fait la course en tête. Eh bien, elle a été traversée par Tata Karine. C'est désormais Tata Karine qui fait le bonheur des populations de Boya.
And she has confirmed and she has been able to live up to expectations. Yesterday, we were talking to Tata Karine and we were asking her that after winning the race last year, how confident is she that she'll be able to confirm her supremacy by winning the race this year again? Tata Karine told us that she knows she has two main rivals. She has Yvonne Guanya and Galim Lizette, those two sisters, but she knows her worth. She has prepared actually to win this edition of the race. And yes,
de champions, ils ont annoncé cette victoire et elle se réalise. Voici le bœuf qui vit ce spectacle de bout en bout. Il a vu God Love Gabsidoum passer. Il voit en ce moment Tata Karine passer. L'ambiance est suffisamment bonne cet après-midi ici à Boya. Boya qui est au cœur d'un grand événement, l'ascension du Mont Cameroun. Un événement que beaucoup attendent pendant de nombreux mois. Aïe aïe aïe, Baldwin, regardez ces jeunes qui ont abandonné leur domicile pour suivre la championne, pour suivre Tata Karine. C'est beau, c'est beau. C'est beau d'être champion.
Very, very beautiful, very, very emotional moments here, here in Boya to see these many youths. You can imagine some of them have been running from Boya town. You know the distance from Boya town to Moliko. These young boys and girls have decided to accompany this young girl called Tata Karine from Boya town and are running down towards Moliko. Quite exceptional, quite emotional, yeah. And we are in front of the GC board main office here in around checkpoint in Boya, heading towards the Moliko Municipal Stadium. It's going to be very, very emotional. I cannot wait to see all the women at the Moliko Municipal Stadium, the standing ovation they are going to give to this young Tata Karine.
Et ça se comprend, Baldwin. Les dames encouragent Tata Karine. On peut les comprendre. Et nous voici à nouveau en compagnie des élèves. Ah, ils sont au rendez-vous. Ils sont au rendez-vous. Ces enfants de Boya. Ils sont venus acclamer la championne. Oh là là, écoutez ça. Quelle belle ambiance! Quelle belle ambiance à Boya cet après-midi, alors que nous nous rapprochons de du stade de Moliko, le Moliko Stadium, où la ligne d'arrivée espère accueillir Tata Karine dans quelques minutes seulement. Elle ne me semble pas fatiguée, Baldine. Elle a encore des ressources. Cette compatriote du Nord-Ouest qui fait des merveilles depuis quelques années dans la famille de l'athlétisme au Cameroun. On le rappelle, Tata Karine a été vainqueur de l'ascension du Mont Cameroun en 2018. Elle a gagné l'ascension du Mont Cameroun en 2019. La voici sur le toit de la course de l'espoir en 2020. La troisième couronne est pratiquement sur sa tête.
For the third time successively, Tata Karine is going to win the Mount Cameroon Race of Hope in the women's category as she makes her entrance into the Moliko Omnisport Stadium. You can get the cheers from the population, the students, most especially the women. The women are very happy to see this daughter from Bui. She is from Bui Division in the Northwest region of Cameroon. I can imagine the joy over there in the Northwest region of Cameroon. They have produced two illustrious winners, Godlove Gamsibwin from Dongamantung. And here comes another daughter from the Northwest region of Cameroon, Tata Karine, making her majestic entrance into the Moliko Omnisport Stadium as winner of this edition of the Mountain Race 2018-2019. And here comes 2020.
Simon Lyonga, Serge Fosgay, nous sommes venus vous livrer la championne. Voici Tata Karine qui fait son entrée au Moliko Stadium de Boya.
Merci bien Balouine Sama, merci bien Jean-Cyriac Bessé, et nous sommes fiers d'accueillir la championne pour la troisième fois consécutive, Tata Karine, qui est accueillie ici au Moliko Stadium par cette population qui l'a suivi depuis les services du gouverneur. Tata Karine, quelle manifestation de l'effort, quelle manifestation de l'endurance, quelle manifestation de cette détermination à arriver jusqu'au bout. Là voici la championne, Simon, on est fiers d'accueillir Tata Karine.
Tata Karine is here. Tata Karine has come. Tata Karine has made her entry into the Moliko Stadium. And Tata Karine is cruising onto the finish line. Oh, the peace plant. Once again, the peace plant. Let's give peace a chance. And the athletes are sending a strong-worded message that peace is everything. It is because of peace that they can win out here. And you can get the standing ovation to the little Tata Karine. The standing ovation to this girl who is cruising to her third consecutive victory up and down the slopes of the highest point in Western Central Africa. Tata Karine almost there, and there she accelerates, and there she crosses the finish line. 5 hours 25 minutes for this young athlete. Last year Tata Karine won with a time of 5 hours 33 minutes. This year she has bettered her output, she has bettered her performance. 5 hours 25 minutes, 8 minutes lesser than her performance last year. It should be said that Tata Karine is the winner of the 2020 edition of the Mount Cameroon Race of Hope.
Tata Karine, vainqueur en 2017 chez les dames, après 5h26 minutes 56 secondes. Vainqueur en 2019 après 5h27 minutes 56 secondes. Cette fois-ci, elle est arrivée première une fois de plus chez les dames après 5h26 minutes. C'est dire s'il y a juste une différence d'1 minute, Simon. Et il faut saluer l'effort de cette jeune dame de la région du Nord-Ouest. Le Nord-Ouest qui est en fait, le Nord-Ouest qui est contente, le Sud-Ouest aussi. C'est tout le Cameroun qui est donc en fait au détour de cette 25e édition de la course de l'espoir, l'ascension du Mont Cameroun. Une belle course, alors qu'on revoit encore sur le petit écran cette manifestation d'endurance des compétiteurs de cette course de l'espoir, l'ascension du Mont Cameroun.
And there we have a slow motion replay of Tata Karine's exploit as she goes gradually over the finish line. Michel Kolo, the area technical officer, Statin International, like he calls himself.
le monsieur statistique, il a une petite information à nous donner en ce qui concerne la performance de Tata Karine.
The information is that Tata Karine is one of the first women at the summit. C'est tant d'informations. Donc elle a 2 bracelets au lieu de 3. Ça veut dire que nous attendons probablement la Kenyane qui a dû passer au sommet. Vous savez que c'était une nouvelle innovation. Contrairement à Godlove qui est passé au sommet qui a eu 3 bracelets. Donc Tata Karine va passer on nous rappelle qu'à Ottawa, elle avait déjà beaucoup de difficultés et que la Kenyane était devant.
Alors on va dire simplement les choses. On va dire simplement les choses. Elle est passée à côté de 500 000, mais un maintien c'est 10 millions.
La grande prix.
Voilà. C'était important. Tata Karine, qui n'était pas première sur la montagne, mais première à la ligne d'arrivée, la Kenyane. La Kenyane prend 500 000, mais le Cameroun prend 10 millions de francs CFA, Simon Lyonga. Alors qu'on revoit donc au ralenti, on l'aime bien le dire en anglais, slow motion, la course, l'arrivée de Tata Karine ici au Moliko Stadium de Buea. C'est une belle fête, Simon, on va le dire comme cela, avec cette population qui s'est mobilisée pour vivre toutes les sensations de cette course ici à Buea.
Maybe we explain what Michel Kolo was just saying a while ago, so that there should not be any confusion.
Yes.
Because the innovation this year is that there's a 500,000 francs price tag for the athlete who will be the first up the slopes of the mountain, no matter your position at the end. Even if you finish spot number 100 at the end of the race, you have 500,000 francs because you were first up the slope. So Godlove Gatsibwin was first at the summit for the men and first down here. So he has 500,000 francs as the first athlete who arrived at the summit and 10 million francs as the first athlete who finished the line. So Godlove Gatsibwin goes back with a cash prize of 10,500,000 francs. The contrary of Tata Karine, who was not the first up the slope but the first here. So the person who was the first up there will have 500,000 francs and Tata Karine will have just 10 million francs.
Dans tous les cas,
10 million francs and not just 10 million francs.
On va le dire pour rire, il ne faut pas quand même tout prendre quand même. Il ne faut pas tout prendre. Et la performance, il y a une bonne mobilisation, une bonne animation ici parce que c'est l'arrivée de la deuxième dame. Simon, c'est l'arrivée de la deuxième dame, le temps pour nous d'avoir le dossard exact. Il faut préciser, comme Simon l'a dit en anglais, que la première dame, c'est une Kenyane. Elle est arrivée première sur la montagne. C'est pour ça qu'elle a 500 000. Et la première dame sur la ligne d'arrivée, c'est Tata Karine. C'est pour ça qu'elle gagne 10 millions de francs CFA. En attendant d'avoir le dossard exact de la deuxième dame. Le dossard qui ne s'affiche pas encore effectivement sur le petit écran pour que nous ayons le nom de la deuxième dame. Ce dossard qui ne s'affiche pas encore exactement. Nous voyons le dossard 469, c'est bien cela, Simon?
019.
019. Il s'agit, on n'a pas encore retrouvé le nom chez les dames, il s'agit de Kitan Milrit Tumenkou. Il vient de la région du Nord-Ouest, décidément le Nord-Ouest qui joue le premier rôle au cours de cette 25e édition de la course de l'espoir. Kitan qui est né le 26 janvier 1996, qui arrive en seconde position ici au Moliko Stadium à l'occasion de cette 25e course de l'espoir.
Kitan Mildred Ntunke, who is going to be the second athlete, the women's category. And look at her sprint. Serge Fouasque, she's sprinting across the finish line. It shows that she is very, very, very fresh. It shows that she is not very, very worked. As they say in the athletics milieu, it shows that she prepared very well for this competition. She is second today after Tata Karine, who arrived a while ago. She has completed this race in 5 hours 31 minutes. Kitan Mildred Tunke from the northwest region of the country. She is the second position out here today, Serge Fouasque.
Kitan Mildred Tumenkou, qui est conduite à la commission médicale pour les soins après cette Après cette course, après cet effort déployé sur la montagne, alors qu'on la revoit sur son sprint, le sprint de la fin, pour montrer qu'elle avait encore toutes ses ressources et qu'elle mérite bien sa seconde position à l'occasion de cette course.
The excitement is total out here. The mountain is bringing out its champions. Kitan Mildred, if there's really Kuala, is some sort of the surprise of the race this year.
For the moment, there's not a surprise. J'avais dit que je sentais Karine, je l'ai vu s'entraîner en Konsamba et j'avais promis qu'honnêtement, tel que je la vois venir, elle fera quelque chose. Par contre, la seconde place, pour moi, reste une véritable surprise et cette jeune athlète, vraiment, on l'encourage.
If there's really Kuala of the communication unit of the Cameroon Athletics Federation, the second position, a real surprise. Nobody saw her coming, and she came in 5 minutes after the ladies winner, and of course everybody is going to retain the name Kitan Mildred. We're waiting for the third female athlete out here, the third athlete in the women's category. And after that, of course, Serge Fouasque is going to be a series of prize award ceremonies with the senior officials, the VIP guests, and all who are present out here. And we must commend the popular nature of the race this year. We can see the stands are full. Spaces have become very rare out at the Moliko Stadium this afternoon. There is total excitement. The people are happy. And like Baldwin Sama was saying a while ago on the mobile phone, you cannot take the Mount Cameroon race away from the people of Boya.
Thank you very much. Very interesting, the group Ambassador from the
beautiful ambassador from the littoral region of the country, bringing in lots and lots of applause from the public as the population anxiously awaits the arrival of the third female athlete out here at the Moliko Omnisport Stadium. Already we have the first two for the women arrived out here. Tata Karin was the first. Kitan Mildred Tumke, the real surprise of the race. And we'll be having the opportunity of having their impressions said first game. For now, Tata Karin and the rest are having a rest. They are trying to get rehydrated for them to regain the energy they have lost. They exerted so much energy, stretching every iota of energy on the slopes of Mount Cameroon to challenge the chariots of the gods. And they are back, and so they deserve a rest. For now, we continue savoring the taste of the beautiful music, the cultural display that we are having out here at the Moliko Stadium. And so, while we continue savoring the taste of the beautiful music we have out here, we are standing here with Kitan Mildred. Is it Mildred or Mildred?
Mildred.
Mildred. Kitan Mildred, who finished on the second position in the race this year. Mildred, we must assure you that it is a surprise, or you are a surprise to many people out here. How do you feel after this?
Well, I'm so happy, and I thank God for what He has done. I wasn't expecting to come this position, because when you are in a competition and there are champions there, you are always at times feeling like you can only come after the champions. So I'm really grateful for what God has done.
Tell us, Mildred, a bit about you, because it should be said that many people out there do not know you. Who is Kitan Mildred?
Well, I am an athlete from Kumbu. So I just started, I joined athletics and I love it. So I just love doing sport, even before I'm coming for competition, I love doing sport.
Now tell us, Mildred, when was the first time you took part in the Mount Cameroon race, and how many editions have you participated in?
2016. I participated in relay.
Okay. And that was the only time you were in this race?
I've been participating for 4 years.
Okay. And what was your best position?
Well, I always participate when in the relay team, and our relay team always do best, always come first. Okay. So this is the first going up as an individual athlete, and this is the first time, and for the first trial, you are winning the silver medal. Yes. It is a wonderful performance from you. And how did you find running against Tata Karin, who won the race? It was difficult, easy for you? Well, it was not all that difficult. It's just that I faced a little bit difficulties in the hill. But running against her was not all that difficult.
Now, tell us, when you people got to the summit, by the time you got to the summit, there was a Kenyan athlete who was already coming down because she was the first in the summit. How did you feel at that time?
Well, I did not feel bad because the distance she gave was not all that big. So when we just then and we are coming down, we saw her and we never.
So you overtook her before you got to hot 3?
No, we passed hot 3 before we overtook.
And until now she is still to arrive. It means coming down has been very difficult. When you are asked to judge between the two, going up and coming down, which is difficult for you?
Well, I can say for me, going up is difficult and coming down is easier. It's just that at PATYCHOU, there are those marked stone rocks there that when you are descending, if you are not careful, you can wound. So many at times when you are descending, you are always afraid that you may fall and wound. So when you reach in that place, you reduce your speed and yes.
Okay. So, Mildred, are you a student? What do you do? Just athletics?
I was schooling due to the crisis. I stopped schooling.
Okay. Where were you schooling?
I was schooling in GHS, Kumbo.
In Kumbo. And what form before the crisis takes set in?
Form 5.
And we see you with the peace plans. You're talking about the crisis. It's like your own way of saying, let there be peace.
Yes, I love peace. It's just that I don't know what has been happening. We are sick for peace and it's like peace have not been coming. But we hope that one day peace is going to return back.
Kitan, how old are you?
24.
24-year-old Kitan Mildred, who was the second athlete on the race this afternoon. Mildred, we say congratulations to you. Congratulations for all what you have done. If on the first participation in the individual race you are second, it means when you go up for the second year, you might be first. Congratulations and all the best.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you very much.
On va donc attendre Simon. La première qui n'est pas loin de nous, il s'agit de Tata Karine qui a sa troisième victoire d'affilée sur la montagne. Tata Karine qui est donc arrivée première après 5h26 minutes. Elle a été championne en 2018, championne en 2019. C'est donc la troisième fois en 2020 qu'elle occupe la première place au podium. Elle qui est acculée par un bon nombre de journalistes et photographes. Tata Karine qui est donc à votre niveau, Simon Lyonga, et qui va prendre place face à la caméra pour dire à tous les Camerounais quel a été son secret au cours de cette 25e édition de la course de l'espoir. Simon Lyonga.
Tata Karine, can you stand please? We know that you have exerted so much pressure, you have had so much energy loss up there, but okay, the medical officer say you should sit. Congratulations, Karine.
Thank you.
This is the third time you are winning consecutively, and tell us how you feel after this third win, Tata Karine.
I feel very happy. I am short of words. I can't imagine that I'm winning for the third time. It's really not easy.
Now, tell us what accounted for your victory today, especially when we know that you were not the first at the summit.
Yes, actually I was not the first in summit because I needed to calculate my race, and I wouldn't have just been running and calculate and you know how the race is going. I mean, the finishing line, not the summit.
At least there was 500,000 francs as a price tag for the person who will be the first in the summit.
Actually, I wasn't working for 500,000 francs.
You're working for 10 million.
Yes.
Now, when you saw that there was a Kenyan in front of you, you arrived behind her. How did you feel and what were you telling yourself at that moment?
Actually, I wasn't afraid of the Kenya for the mountain. I normally afraid of the Kenyans in the marathon. Yes, this is the mountain. It's really long. I'm sure that the Kenyans, they don't run in this type of long. I was even shocked that she really went right up to the summit without us meeting her. That means she has really worked hard for the race.
And at that juncture, what were you telling yourself? That if she has got to the mountain, it means she can do something, and so I have to beat her at all costs?
No, in a certain level when I realized that I couldn't, I have not met her.
You panicked? You were afraid?
I didn't panic because I know that in descending, she will really not descend well like me. Yes.
Now tell us how you trained for this year's edition of the race. Many of your friends like Godlove Gapsibwim, who won for the men, he trained out of the Northwest region. How did you work for your own victory?
Yeah, I've prepared for this race for 6 months. I started preparing in Yaoundé, and after some months I left to Kongsamba. That's where I finished my training.
Okay.
Yes.
And we saw you coming with the peace plans, like you were saying, give peace a chance.
Yes, it's good to give peace a chance so that we can live in a free country. Okay. Like, we shouldn't be suffering like this.
Now, Karin, you have won 3 consecutive editions of the race. What now is your objective? Beat the records of the former champions like Sirai Tunga, like Ngoya Yvonne, maybe win because you are still very young.
I'm really very happy to beat their record because...
No, you are still to beat their record anyway.
Okay, yes, I'm still to beat their record. Yeah.
So, but maybe it's going to come. It's going to come.
Actually.
And you're working for that?
Yeah, I'll work for that.
Okay. 10 million francs 3 years ago, 10 million francs 2 years ago, last year, and this year 10 million francs. 30 million francs already for Tata Karin. As young as you are, what are you doing with that money?
I'm really doing a lot of things. I am from a big family. Yes, when I win like that, I make sure I solve everyone's problem. Yes, so, I also solve my problem.
Okay. Tata Karin, thanks very much, and we wish you the best. We know you are very young, you have a lot of future ahead of you, and we are very, very certain that you are going to be not only a representative for your family, but you are going to ably represent the country wherever you are called. Congratulations and all the best.
Thank you.
Okay. And Simon, I return one segment of the conversation with Tata Karin. I was not working for 500,000 francs. I was working for millions.
Yes, and that is
for 10 million.
That is how a champion is supposed to be.
Because the family is big.
Yes. And remember when the Godlove Gapsibwim also came down, we asked him the same question out of the microphone. He told us, despite the fact that I've won the 10,500,000 francs, the broader objective was the 10 million CFA francs. And so he has won it. Godlove Gapsibwim, Tata Karin also for the ladies. And so for now, we are still expecting the third athlete for the women.
L'ambiance, la petite ambiance.
The gap is so big. For now, let's have the ambience.
Ladies and gentlemen, the first lady of the Mount Cameroon Race of Hope is around the corner. Woman them here. Woman them here. Woman them here. Another woman don't come again. And if I go by the jersey number 047, jersey number 047 corresponds to Window Fofana from the Northwest region of Cameroon.
Simon, je pense que nous sommes en train de boucler ici avec les arrivées. Je veux dire les 3 premières arrivées. Chez les dames, nous avons sur le petit écran Bingo Koufangla de la région du Nord-Ouest. Elle est née le 15 janvier 1990 et son arrivée, c'est sous les ovations de la population du Sud-Ouest ici au Morico Stadium.
Bingo Koufangla on spot number 3 out here. She too is from the Northwest region of Cameroon. You can see from her gait, you can see from her countenance, You can see from her body expression that she has used so much energy. She is at the end of her energy. She has done so well. And you can see from the way she crosses the finish line that she was at the end of her energy. She has exerted so much on her muscles until she has to be carried to the medical area.
Et cela,
Wingo
Poufangla
from the Northwest region.
Et Simon sait dire si la Kenyane, parce qu'on a eu une Kenyane arrivée au sommet en première position et elle a complètement disparu puisque elle n'est ni première, ni deuxième, ni troisième. Ce sont les Camerounaises qui sont en tête et c'est toujours la région du Nord-Ouest. Le Nord-Ouest chez les dames qui a gagné toutes les 3 positions. Cette domination de la région et une précision en ce qui concerne Wingo, elle est arrivée pratiquement après 6 heures parce que c'est exactement 5h52.
Certainly the gap between her and the second winner, just like we have the 4th athlete who has just entered here, jersey number 022, Leno Zaliaou from the southwest region of the country, has just finished on spot number 4 for the women. She too is going in for medical checks, maybe for rehydration, as the athletes keep coming in here. We're gradually drifting towards the protocol section of the competition or the events this afternoon out here in Boya, because we all know that at the end of the race, it is always the protocol that comes at the tail end.
Alors que c'était l'arrivée du dossard numéro 015, Ngoya Yvonne Dibou. Ngoya Yvonne qui a gagné cette course en 2009, 2010, 2011, 2012, 2013, sans partage. Et aujourd'hui, elle arrive à la 5e position. À ce moment-là, on va encore dire une fois de plus, c'est le poids de l'âge, Simon.
Certainly, with Ngoya Yvonne, who has just moved in on spot number 5, after winning so many editions of the race. Age is certainly stepping in, but away from that, Serge Fasge will have to say congratulations to these athletes, because no matter what, going up and down the slopes of Mount Cameroon is not given to anybody. And so if an athlete can go up there and come back and remain in good health, like they are, especially in Ngoya Yvonne that we see on slow motion replay, we have to say congratulations. We have to doff our hats to these athletes because of the energy they have wasted, not only in the race today, but the energy they have wasted in preparing for the competition. We heard Ngalim Lizette a while ago saying it, that she spent 6 months in Kongsamba to prepare for this competition.
Tata
Karin, sorry. We also had Godlove Gapsibwim, who spent 5 months in the Adamawa region of the country, precisely in Gaundere, to prepare for this victory. We all understand that these athletes usually now go out of their region to prepare elsewhere because of the social climate that is reigning out there. The reason for them finishing out here with the peace plant, and the reason for the slogan of the 2020 edition of the Mount Cameroon Race of Hope, give peace a chance.
Give peace a chance, le thème de cette 25e édition de l'ascension du Mont Cameroun. Et vous avez vu l'engagement de tous, athlètes comme autorités et population également. Simon, avant d'aller au niveau du podium pour voir donc cette cérémonie pour les nous avons avec nous Joe Chebonkeng Kalaboupse, ancien chroniqueur sportif et chef de mission ici à Boya.
Chef de mission de la CIAT.
Chef de mission de la CIAT ici à Boya. Je voulais d'abord dans un premier temps avoir votre sentiment à la fin de cette course. On a vu les 3 premiers chez les dames et les 3 aussi, les 3 premières chez les dames et les 3 chez les messieurs. Quelle est l'impression générale que vous avez avant d'avoir votre lecture d'ancien chroniqueur sportif?
I think I want to first of all appreciate my opportunity to be here. You know, as a former sports reporter, when you cover a sporting event, not as somebody with a microphone, it's different. And I was watching from the sidelines, and I must say that the excitement of the Mount Cameroon Race of Hope is just like what we were covering in the 80s. I happened to watch the function of the Guinness Mountain Mount Cameroon Race. Remained the same when the athletes are coming in. You see the excitement in the guests. You see the excitement in those friends, family members, and even those who are just excited to see who makes it first at the Moliko winning point here. So I was so excited this time watching from the sideline, not with the microphone near my lips, and I must say that there was a time I lost out, and I was also jumping to salute those who were coming in, especially the first, the second, and the woman. And you know, yesterday I was sitting by you people when Golof Gapsubin said that he was going to make it, and he looked so confident yesterday, and I was asking myself why he... I said, but that is not enough. He said his body is telling him that he's going to win. And then I said, okay. And he has turned out to be the winner today. I think we'll have to congratulate him. I know him personally. He's coming from the same area like me. And I know what he does to be able to sustain his physical upkeep.
And it leads us to the next question, Joe Chebonkeng. Many people have been asking what makes the peculiarity of athletes who come in from that area, because for the last 10 years, they have been dominating the Mount Cameroon Race of Hope.
Let me say that the topography contributes, the climate contributes, and the feeding habit contribute, but most especially training. Because if you can have the topography or the environment, but if you don't train, you will not be able to emerge as an athlete. And you have to have a disciplined lifestyle to be able to sustain that. And to Golof Gapsubin in particular, winning at the age of 31 is something to write home about. And the second guy at 44, it tells you that it's somebody who has a disciplined lifestyle and that can be able to keep that up. And most especially the training, because if you don't train, you can't gain the skills, so you can't even sustain what you have acquired.
That's a former sports reporter talking. At one point, we have the impression Joe Chebonkeng will extend his hand and seize the microphone and come back to the field. But today, Joe Chebonkeng is out here. His capacity as the head of the CRTV team that is present out here. And when we look at your countenance, it's a happy head of mission.
Yes, I must say I'm very pleased, and I think that hierarchy should be pleased as well, because we have fulfilled the mission for which we were sent to Boya. I want to congratulate the team, and especially the Director General, Charles Ndongo, and his Deputy Wongibe, who were given this mission to come here. And the challenge which we had, we have and let me seize this opportunity to thank each pulling the cables for what they have done, and The feedback from those who are watching us we would now remember when we were doing the evaluation, we'll see whether that good job was appreciated across the board.
Joe Chebonken Kalabub, sir, the former sports reporter, we remind you that he is the deputy director of news in charge of magazines at the CRTV newsroom in Balatu, the head of the CRTV mission out here in Boya. But most of all, we could see him vibrate to the tune of the competition. He, who has gone across the globe with the microphone, reporting sports issues, athletics, football, and the rest. And so for now, Serge Fwazge, animation continues. Lots and lots of cultural aspects out here. The people are happy. We can see from their countenances, we can see from the way they are going around carrying their business, we can see from everything around here that the people are happy, even from the weather, which has been very clement with us out here. Everything is happy. For now, we are cruising towards the protocol section of the event, where the various winners will be handed their trophies and cash prizes, because we know the cash prize is handed to many people criticize that action because they said you could cause the athlete to be attacked by men of the underworld.
I think so too. Normally, a symbolic check, not a real check, is supposed to be handed to them so that to help them avoid the unforeseen. And if that is done, the criticisms were founded. You know, you were talking to me earlier on about my memories about sports reporting. One of the most dramatic Mount Cameroon race, which I can remember, was when Joseph Shekongnu creeped across the winning line.
And that's what Fonechek here called a historic crawl.
Exactly. Because that you could see someone determined to win. He came on his legs and saw the winning line, but thought he had crossed the winning line. And so he collapsed. And when he was shown, when he was shown, said, "This is not the winning line. It's about 3 meters away from you." He had to creep.
Et il était bien encadré. On l'a laissé aller jusqu'à la ligne.
Cheering, and he did that and successfully went across the winning line before the second athlete came in. And that was, I think, has remained in my mind for quite some time.
And that was in 2002. But before then, Joe Chebonke will also remind our audience that when the race usually finished, I was at the Boya Town Green Stadium. There was a competition where the race was won by Monyonge Gobina, France, in 1983. The person who ran up and down the slopes on spot number 1 was called Litutem Walters in Maliva. He took him and fell just about 6 minutes to the finish line. He tried to crawl, he tried to creep, like we say, but he failed, and he finished that race that year on spot number 4. And so 3 people came and passed him when he was first and had to cross just three other people. And so we give credit to these athletes who are still living, the living legends of the Mount Cameroon race, who are still living out here. Like yesterday on CRTV, Sports and Entertainment, we had the opportunity of once more seeing the image of a former challenger out here. They called him Kongem Paul, who is living in the west region of the country today. Our CRTV West reporters went as far as to discover where he lives and the emotions that he still has whenever he's talking about the Mount Cameroon Race of Hope. And so those people are still there, just like the winner of the 1982 edition of the race. They call him Simon Diveyonde, who is living not far from the stadium here in the small village called Bonakanda. He came in for the first time. He won the race in 1982, and after that, he never won again. So there are so many stories on the mountain slopes with those living legends who are still very present. Just like we see the president of the federation, who is very, very happy. We look at his countenance. He He looks very, very happy. The president who will be here in a short while to tell us, give us his impressions after the success of the 2020 edition of the Mount Cameroon Race of Hope. Emmanuel Motomimbome, who has been very, very active. He has been on his legs since yesterday, giving out instructions for the race, for everything. Well, we have seen a huge following from the people of Buea today. We have seen the people express happiness. We have seen even the weather condition that has been so clement, so good to the people this afternoon. It tells a story of an event, a successful event. And when we look at the smile on your face, Mr. President, this time around, it is not me who is putting the smile. The smile is natural.
Thank you. If I look by your left, I see my big brother Joe Chebonken Kalabukse, who is a man of God. He has been president of the Cameroon Baptist Convention. I know his prayers assisted to the favorable weather we have today. Big brother, thank you. As you rightly said, we really have to thank God, because no matter what we do, the final solution comes from our Creator. And the athletes, as I said, there could be surprises. But what touches me most is that the first athlete in the males category should be about 54 years. The second athlete
is 44 years, you mean? The first athlete is 32 years.
In the main category, we are talking about the real ages. Anyway, you see that the younger athletes could not compete with these older athletes. And it is a challenge to the younger athletes. They need to train, because we will say that people are coming from elsewhere too. They work for it. And I just said practice makes perfect. We should not think that because we have the mountain, 2 weeks to the race, you can train and win. No. You see, Kenyans who do not know the mountain, a Kenyan could come back sixth. And a Kenyan lady got to the summit first. Where are our athletes? What are they doing? Because when we announce that the first person who gets to the summit has 500,000 francs, it was, to me, a challenge. Somebody who could exhaust all his or her energy to get to the summit. You know that just the fact that you got there first, even if that was the end of your race, you have 500,000 francs.
And the fact that you are first up there gives you extra motivation to come back to the race and maybe finish in one of the best positions.
Yes, as I said, the athletes, they did not calculate the race, because if actually they were young athletes who were determined, they would have suffocated this God love and simplicity.
Suffocated in quotes, eh?
Yes, because if you have 3 younger